Hi. The book I'm going to talk about now is called Peter and Ernesto, A Tale of Two Sloths by, what's the guy's name? His name is Graham Honorable. You might ask, what is a sloth? Well, a sloth is an animal that likes to live up in a tree. You find them in the tropics. They're kind of cute guys, except that if you see them up in a tree, you might think they're dead because they don't move very fast and they don't like to move. As a matter of fact, if somebody calls somebody else a sloth, it's because they think the person is lazy. But a sloth isn't lazy, it's just their lifestyle. So Peter and Ernesto are sloths and they live up in a tree. Now, there are two very different types of sloths. First of all, Peter, he's hanging upside down. He really likes this tree. He's really not very curious about things. As a matter of fact, he's kind of afraid about the world. But Ernesto is a little bit different. He looks up at the sky all the time and he's interested and he thinks, there must be more sky than the sky that's here. I really, really want to see the sky from all sorts of different places. Well, that's Ernesto. Peter, he loves his tree and he never wants to leave. And so at one point, Ernesto tells Peter, okay, I have to take a trip. And Peter goes, why? This tree is everything. And Ernesto says, because I just want to see things. And Peter goes, but it's dangerous out there. There's bears, there's wolves, there's lions. You might get eaten. Peter goes, well, I still have to go because I know that there's things that I need to see. And so that starts the story of Ernesto's adventures out in the world where he can see things. Now, Peter worries, but Ernesto in the meantime is having great adventures. After being really afraid to cross a bridge, he manages to get across a bridge and he discovers an ocean, and then he discovers a whale, and the whale takes him places and he discovers a desert, and every place he goes, he sees the sky. But Peter, sitting back in his tree, is really, really worried, and he figures, I have to go find Ernesto. And he finally gets the courage to start out. And I am going to show you one page from this wonderful graphic novel. And there is Peter. He has started out and he meets a macaw. Peter is at a bridge, looking at a bridge, being very afraid. And the macaw says, why are sloths crossing the bridge? They should be hanging in their trees. And Peter says, Ernesto got curious about the sky. Now, the macaw says, curious? And Peter goes, yeah, he wants to see every piece of the sky. And the macaw replies, well, that's ambitious. Peter says, I'm trying to bring him back. And at that point, the macaw says, admirable. But how is Peter going to cross the bridge? And the macaw shows him how to, and it doesn't involve flying. This is a wonderful graphic novel. It's much more than you think it's going to be when you first open it up. And I will tell you, I was pleasantly surprised. And it's a wonderful story of Peter and Ernesto, two very different sloths who have two different approaches to the world, but they care about each other. So Peter and Ernesto, A Tale of Two Sloths. Read it. You will love it.